So I feel like I'm about to watch. I feel like I'm about to watch a knockoff, uh, uh, uh like a knockoff of Gorillas and Run the Jewels. I feel like I'm about to watch a combination of Gorillas and Run the Jewels. I'm curious. I'm very curious as to what I'm about to get myself into. So, MattyBallz, do your thing, gang.
A group by the name Ghost Kids took the music world by surprise when they posted on their Instagram a Rolling Loud Miami flyer with their name on it. Even Rolling Loud themselves were surprised. Then Rap TV followed up with posting promo for them, saying they forced their way into the lineup. At first, people thought this was just poor marketing from some random group with fake followers. But then, Ghost Kids released their second song ever with a Vince Staples feature. And what was even more surprising is that a few days later, they actually showed up at Rolling Loud opening for Lil Uzi Vert. On top of all of that, Rolling Loud was reposting their appearance, seemingly co-signing the group, who was standing on stage while their animated music video played in the background. Many fans were angry, but I was curious. All of this had left me wondering, who are the Ghost Kids? How did they get all of these industry connections?
Nigga, the Ghost Kids literally sound like gorillas. This is literally gorillas. This is literally... Wait. I didn't think we'd get a fucking industry playing gorillas. Like, wait.
Why do they have all of these followers, and how do they have all of this money for promo? Well, I think I may have figured it out, so let's look into it.
But first, a quick message from our sponsor.
I'm very pleased to say that this video is
MattyBallz. Oh, funny enough, because Manscaped, haha. But MattyBallz, this is out of respect. This is out of respect. I promise.
Absolutely.
Get your coins. 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 Get your coins.
No one first go into the video. First, I think it's important to establish the timeline. So, like I said, on July 1st, Ghost Kids posted on their Instagram saying they were in LA with Vince Staples. At this point, no one really knew about them since they hadn't bought any promo yet, despite having over 1 million followers. I'm gonna assume that some of these followers are bots and some of their comments were botted, but I'll touch more on that later. Their next post was a couple of days later, which had a picture of Miami with the caption, "Ready or not, we comin'." Following that, they released their song Haha on July 6th. Then on July 14th, they posted a picture of themselves photoshopped onto the Rolling Loud lineup, with Rolling Loud acting all confused in the comments. This was also promoted by Rap TV, and it was obviously paid promo since they were tagged in the post, bringing a lot of attention.
But look at the title. It's literally called "The Internet's Most Obvious Industry."
to their account. People were surprised that this account had over 1 million followers, but not nearly as many likes per post. Then Ghost Kids kept posting Polaroid pictures of cities on their way to Miami. But what was even more surprising was on July 21st when they released their song Going Off featuring Vince Staples. People, including myself, were very confused as to how this random group got a Vince Staples feature. It just screamed industry plant to most people.
Yes.
At first, I just assumed it was like a stolen verse from an already made song, but Vince reposted it, just backing the fact that it was a real collaboration. That same day, they posted a picture of a cease and desist from Rolling Loud with the caption, "Ripped up the rules, we comin'." Then on July 23rd at Rolling Loud Miami, while fans were waiting for Lil Uzi Vert to come out, the screen started flashing the Ghost Kids name and showed footage of animated characters on the Rolling Loud security footage breaking into the control room. Then a bunch of guys in masks and white jumps.
This just looks like gorillas. I'm not crazy in thinking that, right? This is just gorillas. What?
Suits came out, started dancing, and throwing out t-shirts. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was a pretty cool and creative debut, and I do think their song with Vince is pretty solid, but I can also understand why fans at the concert were upset. Rolling Loud even reposted the event on their Instagram, and Rap TV posted even more promo for them, so it was clear they were backed by people in the
This is literally gorillas. I'm getting pissed. I'm getting pissed.
industry, or at least they were paying for it. But other than that, no one really knew anything about them, so as the curious guy I am, I decided to do some digging. First, I checked out their website, which didn't have much information or anything, although it did look really nice, so I knew there had to be some money behind this group. After a few Google searches, all I was really able to come up with was a few articles. The interesting thing is that most of these articles were just copied and pasted with the same story. Regardless, it did give us a little bit of insight. Firstly, I learned that a company named Superplastic was behind Ghost Kids. They weren't really hiding it at all, and they made it pretty apparent. Superplastic is a design studio that creates animated celebrities, vinyl toys, and digital collectibles. Their digital celebrity characters include Janky, Googymon, Daisy, and now the Ghost Kids, Filthy, and Lil Ill. They sell figurines, merchandise.
I recognize the brand. I recognize one of the characters that he showed. Huh. So then why make an industry plan?
clothes, and NFTs. Superplastic has
Okay, NFTs. Oh, brother. And they were a part of Fortnite.
collaborated with Fortnite, getting their own skins, Paris Hilton, Gucci, and more. They also had a collab series with Gorillaz.
Speaking of which, what did I say? What did I literally just say?
I'd assume, despite many people saying that they're copying Gorillaz must be cool with whatever they're doing since they've worked together, or maybe not, I don't know. Superplastic is also working on a collab with Amazon, which is pretty crazy. So we now know that a company is behind this group. And the article also states that Ghost Kids are partnered with Universal Music Group's subdivisions, Virgin Records, and United Music Group. The chief creative officer for Superplastic said, "We've been developing the Ghost Kids for a long time. There's so much thought and expertise poured into the group from creatives and partners. We make stories with people we respect and love. We've been creating the Ghost Kids music, narrative, and identity with the industry's most raw and talented people." So it's clear that Superplastic has a big budget behind this project, especially since they're partnered with a major label. A lot of people have also speculated that this was some sort of NFT project, and I was concerned about that too, because anytime an NFT project has tried to take a dive into the music industry, it hasn't always gone well. But as far as I'm aware, after researching the Ghost Kids, they aren't selling any NFTs or related in any way, at least yet. But what really stuck out to me about this article is when they said, "It's worth noting that the artists behind the personas of Lil Ill and Filthy are prominent hip-hop figures who have chosen to remain anonymous for the time being. The creation of Ghost Kids involved a collaboration with a committee of hip-hop legends, ensuring a promising future for the project with their collective expertise." So firstly, I'm obviously curious about who the hip-hop legends in question are, but I'm more so curious as to who the prominent hip-hop figures are that voice the Ghost Kids. When I read that line, it instantly reminded me of Captain Murphy. If you aren't familiar with Captain Murphy, he was an animated rapper who came out of nowhere and had his music featured on Adult Swim. He released his debut album Duality with features on it from artists like Earl Sweatshirt. No one knew who it was, and I'm sure at the time a lot of people were throwing around the industry plant phrase. However, after weeks of people speculating whether or not it was
Have I reacted to Post Malone new album? No, but I have listened to it. It's
Earl or Tyler with pitch down vocals, the producer Flying Lotus revealed it was him. He's a very talented and well-connected producer in the music industry, explaining how he got on Adult Swim and got those features. So maybe it's possible something similar is going on here. But I really wanted to know who the artists were that were behind Ghost Kids, so I had to dig a little deeper. First, I began by checking their Instagram following to see if I could find anything out of the ordinary, but they were just following a ton of popular artists. I was looking for prominent artists, but the rappers they followed didn't have similar voices to Ghost Kids, and none of them followed Ghost Kids back. Also, after looking more into their Instagram, I realized that the account was repurposed after previously being owned by Superplastic's character Googieman. So that's probably why they had so many followers, although I still wouldn't be surprised if some of them were botted. Anyways, I saw some fans theorizing that Ghost Kids was Vince Staples, but that wouldn't really make sense for them to be anonymous and then feature who they actually are. Another person theorized it was AI, which isn't too far-fetched these days, but AI doesn't sound that good yet. I saw another person on Twitter comparing Lil Ill to Ice Cold Bishop, and while I can kind of see it, I didn't see anything connecting the two. By the way, Ice Cold Bishop is super fire, you guys should check him out. But other than all of those dead ends, I couldn't find out anything else about the Ghost Kids on Instagram or Twitter. So I decided to go undercover in Superplastic's Discord server. Not really, I just kind of joined it. But I started asking around about the Ghost Kids, and I learned a little bit more about them. Apparently, the Ghost Kids lore is that they are trying to save humanity from three-headed demons and zombies while simultaneously becoming the greatest rap duo of all time. This is a little bit interesting since there aren't too many artists that are kind of creating their own universe, and it does help.
Nigga, Gorillaz have their own universe. Damon, Jamie, do something. Do something. They're literally biting your fucking style. They're literally biting your fucking style. Holy shit.
Help explain some of their lyrics. But other than that, it seemed like the people in the
His name is Filthy.
were also oblivious to their identities. At this point, I had hit a dead end until I realized that I hadn't checked the most obvious spot, genius.com. Their page looked empty with little information, so I had glossed over it before, but when checking over their first song, Haha, I noticed there were some producers listed. The producers were Developed, who's worked on songs like Rap God, Rich Forever, K
Christ. Oh, I hate when that happens. Yo, real quick, did you forget to like the video? I think you should like the video. Also, join the streams. Hello, you don't want to miss this shit live. Hello, tap in, tap in.
Pop, and more. The other
Right.
producer was Cappy, who's worked a lot with Dominic Fike, Justin Bieber, and others. So it's already pretty crazy that they're working with big name producers like this. But when I
Right.
scrolled down, I saw even more interesting information. A lone contributor who suspiciously knows all of this information about Ghost Kids listed 2 names in the writing credits, Dougie F and Eric Jamal. After further investigation, I realized that Eric Jamal is this guy who I've seen blowing up all over TikTok because of this freestyle and others. And Dougie F is an artist with a track
With the fucking group.
on the 2K17 soundtrack with Pitbull, and also used to tour a lot with Travis Scott. So then I went back to the Ghost Kids Instagram and I noticed they were following both Dougie F and Eric Jamal. I checked their Instagrams and saw that they were both following back the Ghost Kids. However, I couldn't find any other information connecting them to the Ghost Kids, so I decided to listen to their music and see if I noticed any similarities. First off, let's compare Dougie F and Filthy. Pay attention to the ad-libs.
Yeah, my streets move too fast, I need a change of pace. Yeah, truth or dare, see that you scared.
To me, Filthy really just sounds like Dougie F pitched down. Also, I noticed the 2 cars from both music videos are pretty similar. I know it isn't the same, but it's pretty close. Now let's compare Lil Ill and Eric Jamal.
Nah, Coast Contra is fucking insane. Coast Contra is fucking insane. I fucking love this group. Holy fuck.
I can
Okay, yeah, it's literally them. Okay, so boom, we found the bingo. Bingo.
see a pretty big similarity, especially since Eric Jamal is super talented when it comes to his vocal range. Also, if you look at some of the lyrics on Haha, Filthy says, spent some months in Japan. And here's some pictures of Dougie F in Japan. On top of that, on the song Going Off, Lil Ill says, Ghost Kids taking road trips doing showbiz all around the world. Which is really interesting as Dougie F travels a lot, according to his Instagram, and Eric Jamal was just on tour this past year. With all of this information that I found, I'm fairly certain that the identity of the Ghost Kids is Eric Jamal and Dougie F. So the 2 prominent hip-hop figures aren't quite what I expected. I kind of expected them to be Vince Staples' level of popularity. However, this is pretty interesting what's going on here. And I don't make this video to hate on Ghost Kids or anything. I think it's a pretty neat idea. I do think, though, that by most definitions, they qualify for the term industry plant. However,
100%.
it is a whole different thing. We don't typically see NFT/figurine companies dive into the music industry with an animated rap duo who makes their debut at Rolling Loud by staging a break-in. So this is definitely in a category of its own. Again, I do think it's pretty cool, and I did like their song.
I mean, NFTs are fucking gross anyway, so I don't.
With Vince Staples. So this isn't hate or anything, and I know some people are going to comment,
oh, this is paid promo.
It is not paid promo. I just thought this was a neat story. The only paid promotion in here is from my friends over at Manscaped. But yeah, other than that, I found this story super interesting.
W promo.
If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like if you did. And yeah, it's been MattyBallz, and I'll see you guys next time.
Dude, like, that's a crazy image of Vanilla Ice. That's a crazy. Oh, okay. Anyway, I guess you could say W industry plant. I guess, but I still can't escape the fact that they're to my eyes, they're still a carbon copy of Gorillaz. They're still a carbon copy of Gorillaz, and there's nothing that's gonna change my mind. So